Welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. Yeah, we are going to talk about some stuff, and afterward we'll talk about other things like music and movies, and we're probably not going to talk about music, but we'll talk about sports.
That's terrible.
Welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. That was terrible, says Alex Vaughn.
What's a podcast?
Yeah, I was wondering. That's a big right there. It's
a podcast?
A podcast is a
Podcast?
That's okay, though, man.
Podcast.
It's okay. It's hard to do it in... that was the 12th take, by the way, of you doing that.
It's the Boz Skaggs Podcast.
The Boz Skaggs
Podcast.
This is
Paul
the podcast...
Blart Mall Cop.
The three brothers, of which you're hearing our voices.
Three brothers.
This is Matt. That's Will.
Hey.
Three brothers.
No, don't. No.
It's a lot like that movie.
Four Brothers.
Starring
when one of them...
Justin Timberlake and some people I don't know.
Nope, Justin Timberlake is not in Four Brothers.
Damn it.
Is it Mark Wahlberg?
No!
I get Justin Timberlake and Mark Wahlberg confused all the time.
Mark Wahlberg.
I'm not going to say words right today.
Oh, man. On this week's podcast, we're going to talk about...
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. We're going to talk about Jurassic World.
I'm sorry, Matt. That's Andre 3000. Sorry about that.
Yes.
I do get Andre and
Justin
I call him
confused. Very easy to do that.
Andre, JT. We're going to talk about Jurassic World. Will's going to talk about that. I saw Inside Out. I'm excited to talk to you about that.
I saw Tomorrowland. I'm excited to talk about that.
He's going to talk Tomorrowland, a movie that people weren't really excited about, but I think Will might be a little bit more positive on it. We will find out.
Yesterdayville.
Yesterdayville. Oh, hell. I mean, heck. It's all right. You can say that here. Sorry, it's Futurama. Hey, lots of movies are out, guys. Those are very exciting. We're going to share our opinions and try not to get blood red mad over them.
Yes,
and I like when Matt gets outraged about things, though.
No, I think
the only part I like about this podcast.
I think I do far more, but that's just me.
When was the last time I got mad about anything?
Right
on
now,
this podcast?
Right now, you're getting mad.
What? Oh,
right now,
yeah.
right now.
You caught me.
Right now.
Oh no!
I was just okay.
It's all podcast.
Wow.
That's for next one. Try to know.
BNL.
The hell was that?
You gotta say heck. BNL, brother.
What the heck was that?
What the HE?
I sure as heck if I remember you.
Sure as
Where I said heck.
Creep
up at the part where I said heck and keep the hell in there.
Yeah, heck at the darn. Heck at the darn.
Heck at the darn.
Congratulations in sports. We'll go to the sports world first.
Congratulations, sports. Way to keep
way to be entertaining,
generating money all the time.
Congratulations to the U.S.
LeBron James, 2 for 6.
Yes,
2 for 6 in NBA chip finals.
Still the greatest player of all time, though.
According to him,
I don't know about that.
Nope. He is not.
Who
is he? Is he the second greatest player of all time? Or is that what's the name of the guy from the Celtics who's like
Larry
Russell?
Bird?
No, Russell.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
Yeah.
We talked about
Bill Russell won
before.
97 championships, and some as a player, some as a player coach, and some as a coach. So I think he has 11 rings or something like that.
Folks, if you go back to
outrageous.
I think the 10th episode of the podcast, we've talked about this.
Yes.
It might not even be the 10th. It was like probably 5th or 6th.
Well, yeah, we'd say that was roughly a year ago, so it's odd that comes up again around this time a year. Because didn't we say that the NBA Finals MVP is called the Bill Russell Award?
Russell Wilson.
It is because that was
the Russell Westbrook Award.
Russell Westbrook, the Byron Russell Award. It was the Bill Simmons Award. It was a trivia question for Gillette Drafted. I remember that.
Right, that's what
I got it wrong because I'm a stupid. The question was who. What does the Bill Russell Award mean? Basically, like who wins the Bill Russell Award? And it's like this MVP. It's like the Conn Smythe in hockey.
The Conn Smythe, the trophy where if you're the best player in theStanley Cup playoffs, you get
Maple Leaf card.
You get a little trophy.
Maple Leafs used to play.
Exactly. Yeah. It's an interesting
which is now,
choice.
I believe, a Loblaws.
It's a Loblaws.
Yes, it's a grocery.
It's a Loblaws, and they maintain the center ice.
It's just a dot in the middle of like the mustard aisle, though.
It's a dot.
I saw a picture of it.
Because for some reason they had a whole aisle for mustard at this Loblaws. That's how many mustards there are.
Yeah, it's a real
you get your Dijon,
French's,
you get your honeys,
yeah, you get your Grey Poupon.
You get your peppered
Guys,
mustard.
I gotta talk about this.
pear
French's
mustard.
makes ketchup now, and that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
Full thought.
Well, doesn't Heinz make mustard too, though? So
Oh my goodness!
Heinz has 57 different sauces, right?
Well, which one? There's the because I think
57
Heinz does
kinds,
the
57 kinds of Heinz.
57 sauces.
Look, all I'm saying is once French's opens their own stadium, then they can talk. But until then, maybe they'll have the stadium that opens in L.A. I don't know.
See, people think
Well,
Heinz
that's
Field
what
is
farmers
named after
know.
Heinz ketchup, but it's Heinz Ward. Heinz Ward.
It's not Heinz Ward. It's got a big red ketchup
Wards.
bottle that turns red when they're in the red zone.
I hate Heinz Ward for no reason whatsoever. But
yeah,
I hate
you really
him.
do.
I don't like him because he's a
I hate him as
Steeler.
much as I hate Hope Solo, and I hate Hope Solo a lot.
Oh.
You hate Hope Solo?
I hate Hope Solo.
I thought you had a crush
much.
on Hope Solo.
No.
Who was the Seattle player she was dating? The Seahawks player.
She was dating a Seahawks player.
That's what I
She
heard.
beat him up like she beat up her family members.
Yeah, what a tool. Han raised her poorly.
Yeah, Han raised Hope poorly.
He did not have a good Father's Day with Hope so. And happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Like, why'd you have to whisper that in? Like,
Because it's a secret.
and I'm just gonna mumble through this part of the.
And mumble through the whole show. They maintained the center ice dot in the mustard aisle. That's for sure.
Happy Father's Day, Steph Curry.
Then Del
He's
Curry.
right there.
He had a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
And Mel Brooks.
And Mel. Does Mel have any kids?
I don't know. Probably
Albert. Is Albert his kid?
No, I've
Albert's
looked into
real last name is Einstein. Albert Brooks' real last name is Einstein.
So anytime he messes up
a
and
joke.
someone
That's a
sarcastically says, "Nice, smooth move, Einstein."
Yeah.
Hey, Einstein, I'm on
And
your
that
side.
sounds sarcastic, but I'm dead serious. That is his last name.
I'm sure you are.
He's actually named Albert
I'm
Einstein.
sure you are.
I know.
Oh, well.
Did you just double check?
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not-
did.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
going
did.
blind. I'm just looking at my background, my desktop.
Okay.
And slowly going mad.
Strips.
Congratulations to the Blackhawks as well.
Yes,
of
Blackhawks.
The National Hockey League.
So the winner.
Happy to see you win again.
Yeah, the
So
winner.
we calling them a dynasty?
No, it's
Matt?
not.
Sure. I mean, it's
Is that 3
really
in
personal
6
preference.
years?
It's really personal preference. There's no real reason not to call them a dynasty. I
Mm-hmm.
think people like when a team wins twice, like, well, that's good, but then you win 3 times, like, yeah.
And that's in, I feel short enough a window. But they've never done
sure.
back to back, have they?
No.
No, not since this.
I said it
happened
definitively
a
and
long
then
time ago.
trailed off because I got way less confident. They've never done it before.
Like the Patriots are an obvious dynasty from the early 2000s, just because it was one and then off and then 2 in a row.
Yeah, that's a dynasty.
That's dynasty.
No one's done.
And
And I mean,
lose
if
a
you want to disagree
couple-
with it, sure, but like it doesn't really matter. It's all about what you think a dynasty is. There's no hard and fast rule. I'm sure Bill Simmons wrote a 5,000-word piece at one point, just being like, "This is a dynasty, this is not," and everyone's like, "Yeah, he says it, so it's true."
Okay, hold on.
Well,
Hold on a minute.
it's not
I just
true.
I need your opinion on Bill Simmons. Are you not a Bill Simmons fan?
I
Oh, boy.
like Bill Simmons,
Yeah.
but not as much as Bill Simmons likes Bill Simmons.
I don't think anybody likes Bill Simmons as much as Bill Simmons likes Bill Simmons. But Bill Simmons kind of made his living being Bill Simmons, so
Yeah, fair enough.
Just being Bill Simmons around. Where he's.
it'd be weird if someone liked you more than you like yourself.
I think it's what marriage is, bro.
That's love.
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah, bro.
No one loves me.
Well,
more
we're
than
gonna
I
ask
love
about what Bill
myself.
Simmons is doing because I heard HBO might be an option.
Okay. No, I was just saying
Home of the brand new second season of True Detective.
Yes.
Brand new
great,
second season True Detective.
great episode last night.
It's not old, Alex. It's brand new.
Okay.
Came out last night.
Maybe Bill Simmons can appear on an episode of Ballers with Drain the Lock Johnson.
Train the Lock Johnson. Man, that show kind of like I knew he was filming it, and I was just like, yeah, it's out now. I hear good things.
He's working.
No, I read one good thing that probably mashable.
hear good things.
I think I
I read-
saw one tweet.
One tweet was like,
Speaking of tweet, Matt, how's your new Ford?
There
What was up with that? That was the weirdest thing.
is some. Okay, folks. Here's the thing. I'm starting a new job a week from today. I'm pretty excited about it.
Good for
Thank
you. Congratulations.
Very much. Anyway, yes, thank you, everybody.
Congrats.
And so I just tweeted about it very. I don't know. Simply, I was just kind of like, "Hey, got a new job. Pretty excited about
pretty
it.
cavalier
Thank
about
you."
it. Yeah.
And then immediately afterwards, there was some sort of automated Twitter
tweet.
bot
Yeah.
from @Ford4U, the 4 being the numeric 4, to which they responded, "Congrats, a fresh start feels great, especially if there's a new car in the mix." And there's a link, and they say, "Treat yourself," which is a bit excessive, the idea that I would be like, "Oh, wow, thanks,
And
Ford. You
so
care about me."
random. It's like, hey, new beginnings. Yeah, how about a Ford? You're like, what are you talking about?
Hey, you know what would go well with that new job? A new American car for you to drive there in.
It's like you
Thank you, Ford.
tweet out like, "My dog just died." And it's like, "Oh, you know what makes you feel better about your dog dying? A new Ford." Well, actually, he was run
Every new beginning
He was run
comes
over
from
by
some
a
other
Ford,
beginning's
so-
end and
Yeah.
by a Ford. What are you talking about?
Closing time. Don't drive home in your brand new Ford. Leave it in the parking lot.
Close the driver's side door of a new Ford and drive off the lot and have your car depreciate by half the value. I guess they choose. They'll pick anything to advertise.
Your wife
around.
leave you?
Yeah.
Well, how about a Ford?
Well,
Ford won't leave you.
yeah.
Unless we recall it. In which case, don't
Midlife crisis. Get a Ford.
get a Ford.
That was they have this
Very
Mazda
responsible
commercial. They have this
midlife crisis.
Mazda commercial now before that plays out here before movies. It's like first
I have
car,
something to say about this commercial.
drive
but
your
go on.
driver's test took 2 tries and blah blah blah.
Oh.
Right, and then he's like, kid moves out. It's like it's an advertisement for a midlife crisis. Because at the end, he's got a red convertible that he had when he was 16. It's like, get it to back to when you were you. You know, before the wife of the kid ruined everything.
All that crap.
It's otherwise
Throw
a pretty
your life
positive
away.
Portrayal of family. Let's be fair.
It's adorable,
You know
but
what's the
I'm
weird thing
I'm
about that
reading
commercial?
between the lines, buddy.
Tell me, Alex. Alex, you want to get into this?
I will tell you. That kid changes from a redhead kid to a redhead adult and then a blonde man all of a
blonde
sudden.
man.
It's just like, what is happening
Emily
in this
said that
commercial?
last night. She was-
Super
we was on
redhead,
something.
super redhead. Now he's just 50 and blonde. You're like, what happened?
Part of the midlife crisis, man. He died.
things
in-
happen
Yes,
when you
man,
turn-
he dyed his hair or something. But it's just like they made such an obvious choice. It's just like, why did you?
He was tired of being confused for Ed Sheeran.
I guess
Yes. Speaking of which, Ed Sheeran came
Thinking out
into
loud.
our restaurant. Him and
the restaurant that we all own together as
him
brothers.
and
It's called the
my.
Blonde Brothers Restaurant.
It's called the Triple Threat Pod Restaurant.
Pod.
Now let's
Padre.
just expand on this for 1 second.
Spawn?
Yes.
Expand.
Expand upon this for one second.
Spawn deal.
If
Expunge.
we opened a restaurant and made a reality show of it, how big a hit would that be? I'm going to say the biggest hit.
We'd have to really turn up the
agree to
conflict.
disagree
Or
on
not.
this
I
one.
think Alex might bring the heat.
Alex, this summer,
Wait, what did I
he's
do?
bringing the heat.
I feel like if I did something, you and I, if we did something a little bit boneheaded that Alex didn't like at the restaurant, he would probably get pretty pissed.
I guess he'd just be like, ugh, and then he'd walk away. But then we'd have
Yeah,
like,
but then
quarter
we'd have
rings
the talking head interview.
Yeah.
And then it would be like, Alex is like, this always happens.
It's like these idiots.
We make the cannelloni and Matt and Will.
The
screw it up.
cannelloni. It's an
Obviously,
Italian
The
restaurant.
Bonaloni. Sorry, Bonaloni.
We'll have like a Cheesecake Factory-esque menu.
Bologna.
8,000 items.
Amazing. Amazing.
There was one comedian, and I can't repeat what he said, but he's like, I used to work at a restaurant, and I can't say what it's called, but it's basically called the Ish Cake Factory. The menu had way too many items. Anyway, I think that would be great if we opened up a cheesecake, like a 500 table. No, not table. You count
500 tables.
count by seats. A 500 seat restaurant that we
Sit
open.
3,000 people.
It's a 4,500 seater.
We see 4,500 people in our Cheesecake Factory style restaurant. It's run by
With
just
Alex Vaughn's
us
world
three.
famous cannelloni.
That'll be the all-star, the big star on the menu, and
my
it's just the three of us running it. And then mom and dad had to come in to like help bus tables. It's like,
Can we
mom,
not afford help?
mom, table 527. It needs to be bussed.
520.
We need to flip it.
Tables 2602 needs those
Turn a
buttons.
bird, baby. This 50-seat
damn
bar is
bird.
so hard to maintain. I need more ice. Give me another bucket of ice. I'm out of Smirnoff. Yeah, that's all right. So we'll table that. That'll
So
be.
we're doing this, right?
Yes, that's
We're doing
100%. We're going to do this. All right.
Everyone knows you make a restaurant for a TV show, not the other way around.
Hey, it's pretty much that's pretty much it, isn't it? You got to give
brothers, and we
credit
kinda
to
like each other.
the Food Network for really sticking to food. Whereas like TLC and history, like what do you learn on TLC these days? I'll say not a whole lot.
I don't think they don't call themselves the Learning Channel anymore, though, do they? I think it was just.
Oh, is it like the
KFC,
lifestyle
TLC thing.
channel or something?
No, I just
No,
think
they
it's
don't call
like,
it anything. It's just called
just
TLC.
TLC.
Just
Or I
like
thought- you know
Kentucky
what?
Fried Chicken
I
would
think
refer to
they
himself
had-
as that anymore, as
I
Matt said.
have a point to make about that.
Okay.
I think TLC's made a point of like we learn about people.
Oh God, yeah, but you learn. Yeah,
People
no, I know.
maybe.
You learn about
I'll
people.
say KFC is called PFK in Quebec, which is okay. Fine, you don't call yourself Kentucky Fried Chicken, but PFK means the same thing.
Poulet Frite, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Okay. You're the one that took French immersion, so you're the authority on this one.
Yeah, I'm speaking French or maintenant.
Maintenant, toujours de parle français.
I actually am trying to relearn.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
I'll be on the honest there.
I should really. I'm about a 1 out of 50 on French. I could probably increase that to about a 10. I have a French roommate. He says I'm not too bad.
Folks, I'm working on Duolingo. It's helping all right.
This podcast
was
was
impressed that I knew what maple was in French.
Irable?
So there's that, yeah.
It's because every container of maple syrup has... We know so many food words in French just because in Canada everything has to have English and French on the label. So funny.
When you see something that doesn't have French on a label here, you're like, how did it get here? What is this?
Clearly this got smuggled across the border.
Yes.
That's great when you go down to the States and everything's in ounces only, and everything's just in English. Oh, I love that. But that's the reason we know what pamplemousse is. Irable. What else? Irable.
Man,
just funny because we did not have a lot of grapefruits.
No, not a fan of grapefruit.
Especially none that were labeled
everyone
grapefruit.
knows what pamplemousse is, though.
Not a fan of grapefruit juice myself. But
Fruit juice.
yes,
It's funny. What's grape in French, Matt?
raisin.
I'm really mad.
Yeah,
Yes,
and what's
raisin.
fruit?
Fruit. So why is it not
It should be
raisin fruit?
called- You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know. Whoever the French guy is who came up with pamplemousse, he's clearly playing a rib on French
The
people.
guy who invented the French word for a fruit.
Somebody had to, right?
If it's like sports car was like
Maybe his last name is
sports and there's
Pamplemousse.
car and then the sports car is called a pamplemousse. You're like what?
It's called a-
Obviously.
It's-
Well, it's
Why is it
weird. It's
called
weird
Pamplemousse?
getting back
Called
into
a
French
raisin
now
fruit.
because it's all about like j'ai besoin chargeur pour mon téléphone, which is like we didn't talk about telephone chargers before because it didn't matter. Cell phones weren't they weren't common. It just didn't matter.
J'ai besoin is like I need.
Now they're important. Yes,
Good. Okay.
that's correct. There we go. So,
Will's
folks, we're going to turn this
French
into a
is
French.
better than
We're
mine.
going to turn this into a French podcast.
How would I say
Will,
that?
can you
My
talk about
French
Le Monde
is
Jurassique?
Not good.
I'll talk about Le Monde Jurassique and Una Maman, por favor. But I just wanted to finish with a thing about Ed Sheeran, about him
Yes.
coming in, came into my restaurant.
Right, we offshooted about us owning a restaurant.
Came to my
everyone,
restaurant, yeah.
everyone laughed,
Cannelloni.
everyone wanged, everyone chunged.
Everyone, okay. Yeah.
Boy.
Oh, geez. Yeah, he came in and I didn't. Okay, this is the worst Ed Sheeran story because I didn't meet him directly, but I saw him sitting there, and he was a big hit with all the ladies that I work with. Obviously, he's a successful dude. He sings a lot of very emotional, sensitive songs, and he's a talented guy. I think he almost sold out Rogers Arena, so good for him.
He didn't sell it out.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Epic fail.
I didn't look at I didn't crunch the numbers. Looks like he had a pretty big show, though. Everyone, showed up. Everyone who bought it.
He IG'd it.
Everyone who bought a ticket was there. Nobody bought a ticket
Accurate.
and skip. You know what? I'm going to skip that tonight.
I spent $80. I'm going to
Spent $80 and I'm going to skip it. No, there was this one martini that we make there, one of our signature martinis called the Wu-Tang Teeny. And he liked it.
Named after Wu-Tang Jones, a famous Vancouver denizen.
Yes, actually, Wu-Tang is the French word for a sports car. And Ed was a big fan of it, and he tweeted about it. So I retweeted Ed saying that he discovered a drink called the Wu-Tang Teeny, and it is everything.
First name basis, by the way, you and Ed.
He drank a lot.
Ed tweeted it. I retweeted Ed's tweet. And Ed, he had a lot of nice things.
He drank a lot of alcohol for a guy who sings a lot of falsetto the night before a show. But I guess he's English.
Don't know how that's correlated at all.
Really? You don't know how him singing has nothing to do with alcohol drank the night before? If you go on a beer bender one night and you wake up the next day, how does your voice sound? I'm saying
Amazing.
okay.
Are you yelling a lot when you sleep?
I mean, he's
sleep?
British, though, right? There's
When
a
you
certain culture.
Well, I was going to say, he's English, so he can take it. He's like, I always get drunk before a show. I mean,
I always get drunk.
I didn't know he was
then
Michael
I go,
Caine.
and I play for a crowd of many people.
And then
it's a crowd.
the Wu-Tang Teeny was
The
the
size
size
of a tangerine. Yeah, there we go. All right, so
every time.
there you go. So we talked about dynasties. My last thought about the Blackhawks dynasty, because we offshot from that, is
boy.
Off shot.
if, for hypothetically speaking, if the Kings win this coming season, that would be 3 times in 6 years as well. Now, it's hypothetical, so I guess it doesn't matter, but so they would have to kind of compete with the Blackhawks for a dynasty dynasty status. But
you can have both.
You can have two dynasties at once.
Yeah, sure.
They're going to play. It's not like they're going to play off against each other to decide who's the greater dynasty.
The greatest dynasty. They should.
Which one of you is the greater dynasty?
They should. Also, I was thinking this, and this is also hypothetical, but
thinking out loud.
You imagine that, and thank goodness they didn't. But you imagine if the Niners won that Super Bowl in 2000, whenever 13, 12. Sorry, that they would be kind of San Francisco would then be kind of competing with Boston for hot sports city because Boston has won every championship in the last 10 years, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Except, yeah.
The Sharks haven't won a Stanley
I was going to say that, actually. And so I was thinking that. I was like...
What's the other sport I'm not thinking? Oh, the Giants.
The Giants won
San Francisco
2.
Giants have been monstrous.
And the Warriors just won. And then, yes, but the Sharks are very far away from winning a Stanley Cup. So I was like, it's kind of a stupid idea.
But Golden State, aren't they technically Oakland?
They are, but it's Bay Area.
But they're named Golden State Warriors. Golden State is California.
Yeah, it's Bay Area.
Eddie Q is a season ticket holder. I'm sure he lives in San Francisco.
Eddie Q?
Senior Vice President at Apple.
Oh, okay.
Oof, that went over my head, I'll tell you that much.
Well, no, he said he's...
he handles all the negotiations for media and stuff like that. Like Apple Music coming
So
out.
how come...
I wonder if you work for Apple and then Ballmer buys
the
Clippers, and then you're like, crap, I got to rescind.
See that video of Ballmer unveiling the Clippers logo on Funny or Die?
I saw him on Conan.
What's that show called again, Alex?
It's called Conan.
Oh, with 8 O's. Okay.
With 8 O's, 2 Q's, and an H.
Kuna!
Ballmer he's hilarious. He's the cutest old man I've ever seen.
Developers.
Oh, he's that guy? I had no idea. Oh.
Yeah, he's that guy.
God.
Did you guys not know that?
Everything in my life just changed.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just
The Clippers.
It's just him. I'm actually doing it right now. His elbow dance that he does in the stands. It's the best.
Man, if you were that rich, I would do that. You know what I found out the other day? Sorry, I'm going to probably derail something here. Sean Couturier.
We are off the rails.
Keep going, buddy. Keep going. You're on.
Sean
you're on
Couturier,
fire.
who used to play in the QMJHL, I think he currently plays for the Flyers.
The
correct me if I'm wrong.
Flyers, yeah, your favorite team. Go on.
He is. I love the Flyers. Oh, gosh, especially the anthem beforehand. Oh my gosh, he'd been helping America the Beautiful by that old woman. Sean Couturier owns or partially owns a QMJHL team now. He's like 22.
Is he that
He
young?
owns part of a QM. Like a lot of players, will just go be like, yeah, I'm gonna buy part of the team that I don't know if he played for them. I think he probably did, but he was at the draft this year.
It's a smart investment, I think, for an athlete.
And I think it's, hey, what are you interested in? Hockey. The fact that you could be playing hockey and then be like, I'm just gonna check my phone to see how my team that I partly own is doing, even though I'm 22.
Wow. Even though, I
think
state my
it says
age
it
every
just
time.
like that?
I state my age every time.
Hey, let me
check
see what
my
the team
phone.
I own is doing, even though I already play a sport for another team, and I'm 20.
And I'm 22.
I'm
I'm up here in the Hollywood Hills.
Sean,
my
you're kind of
Lamborghini.
obnoxious with that.
Got my Lamborghini and
God.
my QMJHL
You
team.
gotta stop giving that guy so much attention. Can't
Yeah,
stand
you
him.
gotta stop referencing that guy.
Unless he starts to own a basketball team and he does an awkward
I've
dance.
never
in
seen
the
this
stands.
guy, actually. That's funny. I haven't seen this.
You still
video.
haven't? Okay.
No.
Just avoid it at all costs. It's borderline infuriating. But yeah, Steve Ballmer, hilarious. He does a pretty funny video on Funny or Die. Obviously, it is if it's on Funny or Die. And it's him and
I've
Blake.
seen not funny or die videos.
That's true. And you voted Die.
Die.
Yeah, it gives you the option. And Blake Griffin, who is an underrated comedic talent.
Hilarious.
He's a funny dude. I think he should be him and LeBron in Space Jam 2. I think he should be the both of them, and one of them is.
So that's
evil.
not a thing.
It's not a thing, but it could be a thing.
Space Jam 2 is not a thing.
No, it's not a
People
thing.
keep saying it is, and it's not. It's annoying to me.
It's
Sorry.
It's annoying. Sorry, it's a running gag. Come on.
Look, Guy, as a fan of the original Space Jam,
Yes, but
Very
you're also
hard.
a fan of the Monsieur Yamis, right? LeBron Yamis.
yes.
LeBron James.
Yes. So this is the problem. What if someone kept telling you that the Sedin twins were redoing Top Gun?
Slapshot?
Like, then
Oh.
you would
No,
be...
Twins. Wait, that wouldn't work.
No, Twins has a sequel.
Twin sitters.
Has a
I'm sticking with Top Gun.
Twins has
Anyway.
a sequel coming out.
Sticking with Top Gun. Anyway.
Think with that.
But it wasn't happening. But people could say, you get your hopes up every time. And they'd be like, I'm saying I'm not upset that it's not a thing. I'm saying I'm upset that people say that it is a thing. I would like it to be a thing. but
Okay,
whatever.
I'll
People
keep
saying it's
mentioning
not. That's what I'm saying.
I'll keep talking about it. Billy West is available. He did Bugs in Space Jam 1 when that came out in 96. But Alex...
Not Space Jam 1, just Space Jam, because there's no Space Jam 2.
Space Jam 0. They'll do a
Space Jam
prequel.
0.
What the heck?
Space Jam 0 was Ernest Plays Basketball.
Were you, Alex?
Whatever that movie was called.
Were you wearing
magic
not a
basketball
movie.
shoes?
Yeah, it wasn't a movie.
Ernest had magic basketball shoes. I'm looking it up.
Like Mike.
Are you talking about? Ernest had magic basketball shoes?
Yes, I promise.
No, I thought that was like Mike, though, dude.
What? Are you sure?
I think you're talking about... I can't remember Little Bow Wow's real name that he goes by now. I wish I knew.
It's surprising that you can't remember Little Bow Wow's name.
Guys, I'm talking about the
Little
movie.
Bow Wow. You just don't know. The way you
year?
move so fast across the floor.
He's gonna
I
do
make
this
you
whole
run
song.
through my
Yeah.
mind like all the time to the point where I just want to take you home. Anyway, go ahead.
Space Jam came out in 95.
6.
96.
wanna say
Well, the
6.
year before, the prequel to Space Jam, Slam Dunk Ernest, was from 1995.
There was a movie called Slam Dunk Ernest?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Have I not seen this?
How
God.
have I not watched this?
Stars Kareem
How am I not
Abdul-Jabbar
in
as
that
an
movie?
archangel.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as an archangel?
Well, his name's just Archangel. There might be a full thought, complete thought. Archangel.
Okay.
It's Showtime fun when Ernest teams up with NBA All-Star Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The hilariously high-scoring comedy, Slam Dunk Ernest.
Hilariously high
Just so we're
score.
clear, if you scroll down the
So
page,
happy.
is clearly
I'm
a
so happy right now.
There's
The
clearly
whole
a
thing is on
YouTube-
YouTube.
Yeah,
The whole
exactly.
thing is on YouTube. Wow.
folks. If you
Wow.
didn't have plans for tonight,
All right, so
cancel them.
cancel all your plans. If you're going to fly somewhere, ground that flight.
Ernest
Ground
goes,
it.
Ernest goes to Africa? Oh,
Threaten
my
somebody.
God.
It's got Miguel A.
There's so
Nunez
many
Jr.
Ernest movies. I only know Ernest Goes to Jail and Ernest Scared Stupid.
This Ernest Goes to School, I think.
Ernest in the Army. Hey, Vern, it's Ernest. Ernest goes to camp. Ernest Saves Christmas. Wow. They're all directed by the same guy, John Cherry III.
I got a 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb. I think that's a little mean.
That's pretty good.
IMDb, that's a little mean. Heck. All right, so Slam Dunk Ernest. But Alex, you're a LeBron James fan. He lost.
Yes.
Like we said,
He lost.
He lost. Did I say it like that?
I don't know.
Listen, man, this is
Sounded like that
He
to
have
me.
lost the game.
He had lost the
He
game.
hath lost the game, and you were very upset, I heard.
He-
I don't know who that's supposed to be. But it's
Jenny, LeBron lost. Jenny.
These are my magic shows.
Hey, Matt, your Forrest Gump needs some work.
Whoa. All right. Them's Gumpin' words. But you're...
I may not be a smart man, but I know my Forrest Gump impression is great, Jenny.
Oh, wow.
Talk about LeBron James.
So he lost. Alex, you have his shirt, his Cavalier shirt, right?
I don't have his jersey. I have his shirt.
But, hey, where's double?
I have his Cavs jersey back from before he went to Miami because I wanted him with the 2-3 in Cleveland, and then he went to Miami and wore the 6, and now he's back in Cleveland wearing the 2-3. So I can still rock it. I kind of like Steph Curry though. He's got a great birthday. He's very good at basketball.
Does have a great birthday,
and
yeah.
just carry that team. So yeah.
He carried the team.
Yeah.
He wasn't the MVP though. The MVP went to the guy guarding LeBron, which is
Which makes
accurate.
no sense. If anybody there should have been 2 people who won that neither of them did. Should have been Steph Curry or it should have been LeBron. There's only been, I think, a few times when the NBA Finals MVP went to the losing guy, but in this case, it definitely should have.
the Bill Russell Trophy.
Yeah.
And also Stamkos didn't score in that entire Blackhawks series. I just want to mention that too.
Did he really?
I believe so. Yes,
crazy.
He was held scoreless. That's why a defenseman won the Conn Smythe. He's like, yeah, I defended. I guess the guy that defended Stamkos and the guy that defended LeBron are both MVPs because they won.
Oh, so who? Sorry, who was the Conn Smythe winner?
Duncan Keith.
Oh, Duncan Keith. Okay.
Yeah, Duncan Keith from good BC kid. It's a good BC kid. By the way, vote Donaldson. All right, so that's sports. And
now weather.
And now weather. It's it's raining sideways. No. Yes, Matt. You mentioned earlier. Let's talk some. You guys want to talk movies right now? Is that what you guys want to do?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
So the 3 of us. Actually, Alex, you've seen nothing, right?
No, well, he saw Spy.
Oh, okay. So,
Spy.
okay.
Do you want to talk about Spy at all?
You two can talk about that. What do you guys think together? Your combined forces. What do you think?
Okay,
Alex?
Matt. Let's do this at the same time. Ready?
Oh,
One,
no,
two,
don't do
three,
it.
Go.
I have to
Here's what I
say
think about
that
Oh my God.
when I
that
talk
Melissa
about the movie,
McCarthy.
I look at
She's a great
There's some
comedic
pretty good,
actress.
So
like,
infuriating.
But sometimes she
qualities to
tries
it
a
that are
little
good.
too hard.
And
a little
I
too
just
hard.
I feel like the
A
editing
little goes a
was
long
there
way,
with it.
girl. A little goes a long way.
She lost some weight though. Good for her.
How about Man from U.N.C.L.E.? You got a British guy playing an American guy and an American guy playing a Russian. How about that? Anyway, Spy was good. Definitely a hard R movie.
Yeah.
Definitely a hard R.
Was it even R in Canada,
A
though?
lot of cussing. I don't know.
It was 14.
And surprisingly, a lot of graphic violence in this movie.
Yeah.
It kind of comes out of nowhere.
I should have mentioned something.
And I didn't realize Fig wrote it. Wrote it on his own.
I thought we talked about that.
Written, directed. Maybe we did. I really don't listen to this podcast when I'm on the podcast. I've told you that before.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's very accurate to who you are as a person.
Yep. If I'm not talking, I'm not listening. And if I'm talking, I'm still probably
Even
not
then,
listening.
not necessarily listening.
Even then, no promises.
But
I got a lot going on. I got a lot going on in my life.
I didn't like. There's a character in Spy I didn't like. She has a friend in the movie named Nancy. I didn't care
Nancy.
for.
Matt does not like Nancy.
Nope.
Jason Statham made me cry laughing with one of his lines. So that was good.
Statham's he's a funny dude. He's been funny ever since
He is
he
funny.
did Snatch back in the day.
I know,
He
but
did a
people
really
don't
good
think
job.
of him as a comedic actor, and that's where he got, known for, I guess, for lack of a better term.
So
Snatch
I-
and,
yeah, I'd like-
Lock, Stock.
Lock,
was the
Stock,
first
yeah.
one.
Him and Guy Ritchie team up quite nicely. I'd like to see him do more comedic stuff instead of maybe
He
Expendables
did a
4.
lot of lousy action movies.
Yeah,
Like, he just went on a run where it's just like, are these even in theaters right now, man? Are you on, like, your Snipes game right now, or what are you up to?
he's also in Furious 7, which is tremendous.
He is in Furious
His
7, which I
character
have
is
not seen.
hilarious. Anyway,
Like, he's just in a movie called Parker and Safe and Killer Elite, and like, they're all one word. Blitz.
what was the one? Homeland or Home? It wasn't called Homeland. It was called like shoot. It was one where he wears a ball cap, and it just came out on DVD. That's the only reason I know about it. Shoot. It's definitely not called Homeland because that's the name of.
It's called Home of the Braves, right? Because
And he did, like,
movie
Death
about the
Race
Braves.
remix and like
Remix?
War. Like, none of these Crank. Crank was
remix.
pretty good.
He did three. He did a couple of threequels, right? Did Transporter 3, and he did
Transporter
Expendables
3
3.
and the Expendables, yeah. I mean, he's making money.
He's making bank.
And his girlfriend is cute as heck.
Is she cute, though?
She cute, though. Apparently, his nickname is The Staith, which is new to me. I did not know this.
Right? Okay. Maybe the.
According to
I knew that.
According to
We're pretty close.
internetmoviedatabase.com, his nickname is The Staith.
I think that movie was called State of Affairs. I think that's what it was called.
It was the Statham agent.
It was called Head of State. It was called Enemy of the
Did
State.
you...
State of Our Fathers.
I just want to say too. I heard a Spire. I was talking about Spire with a couple of friends of mine, and I think Matt, they kind of agree with your take, which is just like Paul Feig just needs to kind of cut a little fat off. He's need to get.
This is what Matt and I kind of text about this. It's just like, man, you try to jam a lot of stuff in there. Like, it never stops. You're like, you need to cut like 3 jokes out.
Yeah,
Like every
Let it
minute
breathe.
because they're going a little too fast.
yeah. He's.
And there's a cameo in it that falls completely flat for me. That's just me, but whatever. I don't know, Matt. What'd you think of the cameo?
Yeah, I thought
It's good for a second.
I
and
had
you're like,
I
what?
had heard of it, and then I was like, "Oh, that's weirdly
Oh,
used."
okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's well, I'll just tell you what it is. It's Paul Bettany as the Vision.
Yeah, he shows up. Yeah, he's got Mjolnir in his hand. Bottom line is, were you happier leaving it than you were going into it?
no, but I got bad news in the middle of it on my phone. No, just kidding. Sure, it was fine.
No, but I get terrible news. One thing that I told Matt about too is that when movies have really high Rotten Tomatoes ratings, I get like way higher expectations. And Spy has a 95%. And then you realize that it's 95% say like it's not, go check it out, but it's not really rave reviews or anything like that. It's just more positive than negative. I guess.
100% of them could say 6 out of 10, and that would all be. Actually,
that's exactly the
7
number
out
I
of
was
10.
going to. That's exactly the 2 numbers I was going to give Matt. I was going to say, yeah,
Give him, Will.
everybody can say pretty good, and then the Rotten Tomatoes meter is sky high. But I try to avoid reviews before and all that stuff, and it's kind of hard with Twitter. I follow Hollywood Reporter, Variety, and stuff, and they kind of
you're in the biz. You're in the biz.
Well, yes, I'm exclusively in the biz. That's why I can follow these Twitter accounts. Only because I'm in the biz. And later on, remind me, I'll give you some more Leo Award winners, give out some congratulations here later on in the show. So stay tuned for that. If you're going to turn this podcast off, if you're going to turn it off, I would say
it's a reference to earlier, folks, if you weren't listening. If you just skipped ahead, go back and listen to it. Podcast Goldthwait. And his new movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I think Goldthwait directs a lot of comedy specials now. I think he did Marion's. Yeah. Unless he's talking about a different Bobcat, but anyway. Unless he's talking about Bobcat Smith.
Oh, yeah. Later in this episode, we have President Barack Obama on the show. We're on the only podcast that comes out on Monday that has Obama.
That's right.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's in the garage.
Yeah,
we think
that is great.
He's not in the garage, though, right?
Yes,
he
is. Yeah,
he said he's in the garage.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So, just to follow that up, Spy has a 95% average rating of 7.3 out of 10, and Inside Out, the new Pixar movie, has a 98% with an average rating of 8.9 out of 10.
So Matt, you saw Inside Out. I forgot it was coming out this weekend. And then after we talk about that, we'll talk about the box office, which will lead me into the next movie. Sure. I'm spoiling these segues right away. But Matt, Pixar presents Inside Out, starring Amy Poehler and the girl from The Office. What did you think?
Well, I realized today that Inside Out might have been the movie that I was most looking forward to this summer, which seems kind of odd because it's just, it's a Pixar movie, but if you look over Pixar's body of work, while there may not be a streak to it, which we had a conversation about on text message yesterday, Alex seems to think that Pixar did not have a streak of good movies.
They're not a dynasty.
They're not a dynasty.
No, I think they did. I just think it ended a while ago.
Yeah, you might
Cars
be right.
Would kind of
Cars.
Cars
2, really, because after Cars, I think Up came out and WALL-E. I think those came out after, and I think one with those ones, then it kind of went downhill for me.
And I think WALL-E is an interesting comparison because this is another high concept Pixar movie. It's not as straightforward. It's not about a fish. It's not about monsters.
No, it's about a girl's imagination, right, or her brain.
Yeah, it's about her emotions.
Yeah.
It's even better because imagination is part of it. But there's a lot of depth to it there. So I was really excited for the movie and heard only stellar reviews, and I gotta say it has the goods. Like Inside Out is another Pixar movie which is emotionally, and I use that almost as a pun, but emotionally compelling in a way that not all movies are. In a way that is definitely in Pixar's wheelhouse. They are astoundingly good at making you feel things in that movie. Maybe make the tears flow.
Nice.
Honestly, if you don't cry a little bit in that movie, you're
a monster.
I don't want to see that.
It's a little bit.
I'll
but
probably
it's just pre-roll ads of guys finding out their fathers. That gets me every time. I'm just like, skip this ad. I'm skipping it.
Skip this.
I'm not going to see this.
Like when you can make it a movie that reveals something about your humanity, that's winning. That's what else is there in media that you can want.
Hashtag winning, man.
Hashtag winning. Also, Pixar's movie are, and especially in the last few years, I've recognized they are technologically astounding.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you want to go see a movie and enjoy it, definitely go see a Pixar movie. If you want to really watch a movie and be astonished at Sully's fur in Monsters University, it's insane the detail.
And plus, we can also see the improvement over the old Monsters Inc. Right from 2001.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's kind of what we saw also with the Toy Story movies, like Woody and Buzz in 95, and then in 2010, obviously Woody and Buzz and the whole crew look far, far better. And you don't even know where they can improve until they show you. It's something like, I didn't even think of that until I saw it. And I'm sure if you saw a side-by-side of Woody between then and now, you'd be like, oh, wow, it's really incredible. So, yes, you can see the improvement.
There's there's details in this movie that are really impressive. One of the ones that I think of are Fear the Emotion, which is played by Bill Hader, which is almost underused because obviously when Bill Hader's in a movie, I just want to heap and helping.
Yes, heap and helping. Yes,
heaping helping a hater.
Heaping helping a hater. Yep.
So Fear wears a houndstooth sweater vest, I believe, the whole movie, or just like a sweater. So it's which is pretty great. But when you look at it, it's like that guy is computer animated entirely, but it looks like he's really wearing a perfect sweater. Like Anger has a pair of slacks on, and it just looks like regular pants. It's really, really crazy and
So
really
we needed a
special.
spoiler alert on this one,
But
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
let me just talk about the emotions.
know what
of
everyone's
clothing.
wearing.
But it's really, really well done. It is just to get back on the technology front. They deal a lot with memories in the movie. Memories are represented by kind of like bowling balls.
Yeah.
They're differently color coded depending on how you feel, how the emotions are, how you remember them.
Yeah, you can see in the trailer that I think sadness touches an emotion, and the kid changes.
Is Mindy in that?
Exactly. Mindy is disgust. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So, but it's crazy because you watch the movie, and if you look at the memories, they're all moving always.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, like, there's walls of them, and you're like, all of those are moving. How did they render this movie?
You know what?
Insane.
No wonder you didn't release a movie last year, because this one took a lot of time.
This one took
So-
a lot of RAM.
Yeah, absolutely. So Inside Out is just another one of those movies. It's just like, yep, that's going to be. I think a guy behind me was just like, yeah, that'll be a classic in a couple of years, and I can't disagree with it. I really loved Inside Out. Not perfect. Mindy Kaling, Disgust was maybe a little underused, but
Ooh,
honest-
Kaling and
but-
hate. How long do you want this movie to be? It's not.
Well, that's good
Who
though. If you
directed
want
this movie?
you got to leave the audience
Judd
wanting more,
Apatow?
baby.
Come on.
It's good to want
anyway,
more.
but just
Yeah, that's true.
go see Inside Out. It has. I liked the short movie beforehand, Lava, a little bit more than.
Oh
my
God,
wife
they're
did.
the best.
Fine.
They're the. Every time I forget that there's an animated short beforehand, and I get
Yeah.
so excited when it comes on.
Oh, I
And
know,
I'm
when I
amazed
saw
by
5
them.
minutes, and it gets you the feels too.
Yeah. Well, when I saw Cinderella,
Don't
they
say
had a new
feels.
song from Frozen. You see the feels? Oh, I don't say feels.
Really?
I'm gonna agree with that one. They had they had a great
was
song.
hanging with
Okay,
my friends
sorry
on the
guys.
weekend. I was hanging with my friends on the weekend. We tried to listen to For the Town by Sunreal from Vancouver, and then we accidentally put on For the First Time in Forever by Adele Dazeem. What's her name?
Idina Menzel.
Idina Menzel.
Adele Dazeem.
Yeah. So, okay, Matt. Looks like I have to go see Inside Out then.
Yes. Now,
That's a strong recommendation, folks.
so you saw it opening weekend. Was there a bunch of kids? Did a bunch of kids ruin it for you?
Guys, I have my methods to the Pixar movie. So
go to the latest show possible.
First off, this movie comes out in 3D. It was definitely not made in 3D. Don't see it in 3D. Don't
I
bother.
hate 3D movies.
So I
Even
went and
if they're
found I went to
expensive.
find 2D. I went to Dartmouth Crossing for it actually because I went to Monsters University with Emily shortly after we got married at Dartmouth Crossing. So Pixar movies there just feel right. And so we went to the latest showing that we could, which was a 9:20 show.
Dumbest
And
thing ever.
Not late
I
enough.
went comically early, and we were first in line to get a seat. So there weren't too many kids. There was a good audience.
You loser.
People like ourselves. If you want to go see a Pixar movie, just go to a late show and don't see it in 3D. They won't make it in
Okay.
3D. They don't like it.
Good advice.
Mm.
Yeah,
If you
you can't
upconvert-
really
Yeah, you just.
Yeah.
up conversion.
You're just going to
right?
degrade it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Certain
it's-
places have for people
sorry.
who do that.
Whoa.
Boy.
I'm going to
God,
bash
I'm
it here.
upset.
I'm not going to
George is
overplay it.
getting upset.
If Pixar's going to make movies that they put so much care and detail into it to try to like divorce elements from each other to render 3D in a sterile and unintentional way, it's not good. It's not doing justice to the movie.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
There you go. That's worth flipping a plate for.
And is that what happened?
Mazel
Yeah.
tov.
Did you break it? Did you break it?
I didn't. No, I did not break it.
Oh no, I should
So
have
here's,
said Opa, right?
here's where like Pixar had a great run, then Cars was kind of lousy, and then went Ratatouille, Wall-E, Up, Toy Story 3, but then it went Cars 2, Brave, Monsters University, and then they took a year off. So their hot streak.
Did you not like
definitely ended.
University? University was okay.
I thought University
it's
was
like
fun.
it's fine, but if you compare it to like the hot streak of like Ratatouille, Wall-E, and Up, like come on.
It's not as. It doesn't have the creativity there as
Like
much. 'Cause it
Incredibles,
there's a
Finding
point where it's
Nemo.
just a university movie.
Yeah,
it's just
I'm
your
not,
college.
I'm not giving it to him. I really thought it was like it's a fine movie, but it's not like Pixar.
It was better than I
It's like
thought.
a
Pixar
fine
quality.
movie.
But there's
So
also
hopefully,
like
Inside Out makes $1 billion this weekend.
it didn't quite, but it made it was the biggest release for an original title for Pixar. So Toy Story 3 did like
Really?
110 million or something, or 103 million or something. So in a weekend where the number one movie made 101 mil or something, Jurassic World made 101 mil, and Inside Out made 91 mil. So they basically
Jurassic World beat Inside Out.
Yeah, it
Really? Okay.
it's kind of an like you thought they'd split the difference and do like I don't know 70 each or something like that. Like I think it was expected to make 65, but it was 91. So
Good for them.
good, yeah. So the box office for this Father's Day was up 66% from last year.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so everyone, a lot of people bought a ticket in the U.S., but Jurassic World made $1 billion in a week. internationally, and it's the fastest movie to do so in a year where another movie was the fastest to do it in Furious 7. So I am surprised by Jurassic World's success. For a movie that is a kind of a sequel to a film, the last installment came out in 2001, Jurassic Park 3, which wasn't a really big, critical hit anyway. I don't really remember most of it. I remember there was a dinosaur.
I remember William H. Macy's in it. That's all I remember.
And Sam Neill.
He's looking for a satellite phone, and they find a dinosaur.
I said all I remember is William H. Macy's in it. I didn't say William H. Macy's the only person in it. You have to go back through and tell me who's in it. I said the only thing I know is that William H. Macy's is in it.
I'm Sam Neill.
Hey, wait a minute.
Maybe Tia Leone, maybe?
It's not Tia, it's Taya. BT Dubs. Also, don't do an impression of me because you can't. Nobody can. It's impossible. It kills me. Anyway, so shut up. So Jurassic World immensely successful. Congratulations to Parks and Rec alumnus Chris Pratt. He's killing it. # killing it. So
also, congratulations to Parks and Rec alumnus Amy Poehler.
Yes,
also killing it in her own
Inside
way.
Out.
You know what? Congratulations to Nick Offerman just for being you.
He's a pretty great guy.
They closed the chapters I met him at.
Shout out to
Triscuits.
Shout out to Aziz Ansari for his book. That's the same thing as his comedy is, literally, which is
It's just a
lousy,
stand-up.
so I'm definitely not going to read it.
Ooh,
Relationships are different nowadays.
Thanks, Aziz. No one cares.
Now I'm going to yell about it just like this. I'm going to say it just like this. Because that's how he.
Well, why don't you
all his
tell us
lines.
about Jurassic World?
Yeah, so
Interesting impression of Aziz Ansari.
Shut up. Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good?
Analyzing
You know what I
Aziz Ansari's style. That's good. I liked it. I wasn't kidding.
Yeah. Well, he's always like, Tommy's Bistro is open for business right now. Yeah, I liked him less and less as Parks and Rec went on, by the way. And Chris Pratt more and more. So I saw that Jurassic World was successful, and I decided to go watch it. There's a lot to dislike about it. There's a lot of flaws. Characters make very, very boneheaded decisions. There's a lot of stuff.
Would you consider reopening Jurassic Park to be?
Yes. So first of all, you have to get over the hump that they open a park on the same island that the original Jurassic Park was on. But now the park is up and running. It's very successful. They have lots of corporate tie-ins, which was quite believable. Like they have the Samsung Visitor Center. They have a Starbucks.
Something to add to that. So
and Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. Like people walk around with Starbucks cups all the time. They have a new dinosaur presented by Verizon. What did you want to mention about that, Alex?
Sorry, all I wanted to mention was they were talking about the director Colin Trevorrow.
Trevorrow, yeah.
It's like tomorrow, but with the Trev in front of it. And Chris Pratt were on the Nerdist podcast, and they're talking about like, he's like, I met with Spielberg, and we talked about getting, having another Jurassic Park. But there has to be like a good reason why. And they're like, the thing about the first Jurassic Park is that it had kind of a social commentary about how far science goes, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, so what are we going to do with this one? And they're like, well, I mean, they're only bringing back Jurassic World so a huge corporation can make a ton of money. Yep. So why don't we make Jurassic World about a huge corporation trying to make a ton of money? And it's like, and that actually worked out very well.
And it's
so that's all I want to mention is they kind of tie that all together there.
And I don't know if I want to spoil him that he's in the movie or not, but how are you guys with casting spoilers? It's not a surprise. He's just in it. Anyway, Jake Johnson from New Girl's in it.
Yeah, he was on James Corden about it.
Okay, so he's one of the best parts of the movie because he's always making comments about. He's the kind of guy. He's almost breaking the fourth.
Goldblum?
What's that?
Is he the Goldblum?
He's more like the. I don't know. He's not the Goldblum.
He's breaking the fourth wall in a way. Like there's lots of corporate sponsorship on the island. He's like, well, that's stupid. And there's lots of things that happen. Like there's a lot of big, popcorn movie moments with Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard. And then Jake Johnson's kind of the antithesis of that. He has kind of a story that runs parallel to that. And he's kind of goes the other way, which is really worked quite well for comic relief. But yes, there's lots of characters make lots of boneheaded decisions. There's lots of weird things about the park, but I do like that the park is, it's Jurassic World, park's up and running. They have lots of, dinosaur attractions and stuff. And basically everyone's like, we're all kind of bored with these attractions. So science, again, goes too far. And they create the Indominus Rex, which is the new attraction, which is basically a dinosaur, but it's evil. They make a monster. And they're basically dealing with that. That's kind of the thing that goes wrong. So, of course, you have to get over the hump where you're like, well, of course it's going to go wrong because it went wrong before. They talk about the original Jurassic Park and how everything went wrong there. But like, well, it won't go wrong this time. But obviously, if you want to make a movie, it has to go wrong, right?
Yeah.
So there are lots of flaws. There are lots of things that maybe SMH. But I have to say that
They make you SYH.
Shake my head was SMH if I say it like that, right? But I thought the finale was awesome and made it so worth it to get to the finale. So that's what I'll say about Jurassic World without spoiling too much. I say it's worth seeing. I know, Alex, you don't like 3D. I watched this in 2D, and I kind of at the end was like, I kind of wish I shelled out the extra couple of bucks for 3D. Probably won't make much of a difference. You still see the story. You still see the story, right?
Not twice as much, like 50% more.
It's more. And I was being a cheapskate to watch it in 2D.
I find with 3D movies that the stuff that's not in 3D is very fuzzy, and I don't find the picture quality to be good.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, I'll bottom line is you see the movie. You see the movie. And that's what matters, is that you sat there and saw the movie and get the story. So I'd say it's worth.
Hey guys, if you go see this in theaters, you'll see it.
You
heard it here first.
You know what I mean, though. Like I just want to get the gist. I want to see the.
Yes, exactly.
I have a question, Will, about the boneheaded decisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do they stack up against the boneheaded decisions in Prometheus?
Oh, you know
That
what?
movie
I got that for you as a present. So
it's a good movie.
Got that for you.
I enjoy that
I
movie.
got that for you as a present. So please be.
that was a gift.
That was a gift.
Got you.
Oh, by the way, before Jurassic World, they showed the trailer for not Tomorrowland. You're an idiot, Will. The Martian.
Yesterdayville.
Oh yeah,
Which looks like a mashup of Prometheus and Interstellar. Yeah. I like the astronauts that have the masks that have a light on their face. Obviously, it's just
I
for
still
making
haven't
a movie.
seen Interstellar, by the
It's
way.
only.
It's only for a movie, right? It's very Promethean, though, the way they walk around with the masks on their face. I don't remember Prometheus so well. But how do they stack up? It stacks up better because this is a dumber movie than Prometheus.
Okay,
it's a popcorn flick, and it's like lots of. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, well, of course they have to do that to get to the next
completely
set
standard,
piece.
I guess.
Completely standard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's not going to blow your mind in any way.
Jurassic World, but I was happier leaving it than I was going in. I was very pleasantly surprised. I thought nothing of it going into this summer. I was like, well, there's that coming out. But it's probably the first true sequel to Jurassic Park, worthy of its
I just love Chris Pratt.
predecessor.
I don't know if I've made that known or not.
True sequel on HBO Sunday night,
Yep. Brand new true sequel.
Brand new true sequel.
starring Chris Pratt and Rachel McAdams.
By the way, Colin Farrell does an amazing
McConaughey.
Durst.
Robert
Oh,
Durst.
really?
Yeah. He was on Jimmy Fallon. He was doing a little impression of him. It was pretty good.
No, I want that. You mean Fred or Bob?
Bob.
Okay.
So
Who,
one movie I wasn't happy leaving that I was going in was unfortunately Tomorrowland, directed by
I heard not good things.
Directed by our friend Brad Bird. I saw him at an audition once, and he is.
Wait, you actually saw him in an audition?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you don't remember this?
Yeah.
He auditioned for
Mission
Impossible 5.
Ghost Bros.
Just so everybody knows this, Will might sometimes mention things about his acting career, but like he does not mention like another 50% of which is him constantly meeting or seeing people that are.
I don't even want to talk about the time that you met Joss Whedon.
We did.
And,
we
didn't
already
even
did.
know who he was.
No, I just took. I know him and what's his name? His buddy, who's also quite good. Damon Lindelof. No, not him. Mother of Pearl. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. Well, the thing is, guys, I don't know what I'm allowed to say because sometimes
That's fair.
they'll
I
have
kind of
you,
like the other secrets.
He'll have me sign non-disclosure agreements for certain things, and some projects will be secret. Like No, I'll tell you later what I like. It's stuff I audition for. So if I audition for it, doesn't matter. I mean, it's a job offer. Anybody can get a job offer. It's Arrested Development. But yes, I met him. So I like Brad Bird a lot. Incredibles, obviously, he did that. Big time executive consultant on The Simpsons back in the day. He's the guy who created A113 Productions, right? Named after that room they all met in when they were doing Pixar back in the day.
Yes.
If only somebody had a book about Pixar, that'd be cool. Especially if they had two of them. That'd be really awesome. But yes, Tomorrowland starring George Clooney and that girl, and Hugh Laurie's in it as well. It's yeah, I don't know why I didn't like it. First, I would have liked to have spent more time in Tomorrowland. Matt, you're saying about, you wanted more of disgust and fear from your movie. I wanted more Tomorrowland in my movie. There's
interesting review of Tomorrowland. Not enough Tomorrowland.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the one. Tim McGraw's in it as well, who has an acting. Yeah, he has an acting career, which I think is so surprising. Oh, and it's also got the kid from Looper in it, the evil kid.
The Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker, who looks exactly... He's way too talented for a kid. Oh, also there's a kid in Jurassic World. He was the kid in Insidious and Iron Man 3. And it bugged me that I couldn't...
he is the kid from Insidious.
Yeah, it bugged me that I couldn't remember where that kid was
Is
from.
he the kid whose garage Iron Man falls
Yes,
into and then can perfectly make and assist him with everything that happens?
Yeah, that's right.
Totally at random.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
so
fun movie.
So random. So it's got the Looper kid in it, and it's got this young British girl in it who a banana. She kind of bothered me a little bit. So it's very Tomorrowland feels, even though I haven't seen it, it kind of feels like National Treasure, which is also a Disney production, without Nick Cage. So unfortunately, they could have used.
You know
more
what
Nick Cage.
Tomorrowland feels like to me? This movie I didn't see.
Shut up. All right,
Treasure.
fine. All right, yeah, that was a dumb.
I was
thing
going
to
to
say.
compare it to something I've never seen before.
Yeah, it's a movie I can't recommend it to anybody. I think the plot is kind of convoluted. It's also a family movie, so you have to understand that it's not really for. I'm going to say it's not really for adults. It's more for young kids and to spark their imagination. But
strong reviews anyway. But
yeah, I wasn't happier leaving it than I was going in. I was happy to leave the movie, and it's got a
That's
decent.
actually surprising
it's got a
because you
decent
seem
enough
to
theme.
enjoy every movie in one way or another. So just for you to say it's not good, obviously means it's really not good.
You're a very positive moviegoer, Will.
Yeah,
So
you
that's a
are.
good
You
one.
know,
Like Matt
and
and I
you
would
know
just
what?
be like, that sucked and was a waste of my time. But you're like, you know what? It had its points.
Yeah, I
And
can
are
see.
just
Well,
hate it.
I try to, like Sloan says, try to see the good in every one. Well, I stated why before.
Like who says?
Sloan from Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
No, Sloan, the band from Hellas.
Was there a cat?
Hellas
Is there a
Facts.
kid somewhere?
Yeah, there's a kid outside. It's the kid.
Okay.
It's the kid from. It's the kid from
I
Insidious.
thought it was a cat meowing.
It's the kid from Insidious. He's hanging out there.
That's terrifying.
No, you know what? Like I enjoy films quite a bit. I can, I like flashy pictures and noises and stuff. Very easily entertained.
Boy.
You must love fireworks.
Fire. Yeah. Well, I can't remember the last time I was at fire. I could
A little
actually
trivia
see,
about me: I hate fireworks.
They're-
I think they're
they're-
the stupidest thing.
They're
They're
very
such
dumb.
a waste of time.
I like this. Still,
Alex, are you being legitimate? right
still draws a big
I
crowd.
hate fireworks.
Still
I don't
draws a
understand
big
the point
crowd
of them.
though.
Yeah.
I can sometimes see fireworks from my place when they do them over at Canada Place by the water. I can see it from
To answer
here.
your question, Matt, yes, I'm being serious.
Yes, I'm being serious. Can I answer your question with another question? I'm being serious. Yeah, no, I like most, I like most movies, but I can, I have taste, right? Like Jurassic World.
If I can just sum this all up, go see Tomorrowland and don't go see Inside Out, folks. If you're just switching to 55 minutes into the podcast, I'll sum it up with go see Tomorrowland, don't go see Inside Out.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Strike that, reverse it.
When you guys, I don't know, you guys can
Classic Wonka.
You guys can tear down my review of Jurassic World whenever you guys see it. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how you feel, but I thought the finale made everything worth it.
It's pretty much what I expect you to say is like
Well,
just pure popcorn flick, basically.
I'm not going to tear down your review. If anything, I'm going to reopen your review on the same island that your review was made on.
Yes, and we won't make the same
corporate
mistakes.
sponsorships.
Yes,
Yeah.
we'll make the same mistake twice.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, so we saw a bunch of movies. I'm going to try to see a bunch more. I don't know what the next movie I'm going to see is. Maybe San Andreas. I'm not sure. trying to watch everything I can, folks.
What's the next big one coming out?
Shoot, and I almost said
Next
I swear.
big movie?
Next weekend. Mother of pearl.
Rogue Nation is July.
What do you say was
This
July?
is July coming up, actually. Yeah,
Rogue
Rogue Nation is July.
Part 2.
Rogue Nation is July. Terminator's July 1st.
Oh, okay, so that's the next one.
That's a big movie.
That would be if there was a second run theater in Halifax, I'd go see it there. If I was in Saskatoon again, like I would easily spend $2 on a Tuesday to watch that movie.
I saw
Terminator.
Tomorrowland in a second run theater, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. That was a while ago.
So also playing, and then come on, IMDb. What's coming out in theaters? I don't care if it's in theaters. What's coming?
I don't really care. Like other than Rogue Nation, I don't really care anymore. When's The Man from U.N.C.L.E. come out?
That was August.
Yeah, so that's a big one, I guess.
Rogue
and
Nation.
then November Spectre, and then December Star Wars.
Yeah, well, you're skipping ahead. Very far.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. October James Bond. Gosh.
Steve
Jobs.
Skyfall was on Showcase the other night, and I watched that just to watch the end. And man, when he gets to that office and like sees that padded door, I'm like, oh, here we go.
Right?
Oh man,
So
he's like,
good.
oh yes, how's the all man? And he's like, oh, it's 007, a lot of work to do. I was like, oh, and then he does the barrel down the gun walk. Oh my god, it's so sweet, man.
Barrel down the gun walk.
Well, what do you call that? The spotlight.
Gun barrel
sequence. The GBS.
The Bonders know that.
The Bonders.
The JB GBS.
The Bonders. So far we got Bonders.
With the PP7.
Bonders and shippers. All right. I don't know, guys. What do you say? We've talked enough? I think we talked too much.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't talk about
get that
Game of
kid on the
Thrones,
podcast?
but that's fine.
Oh, yes,
Can
real
you tell
quick.
that kid to shut the hell up, Will?
He drives me crazy, but I gotta have the window open, man. Matt had a pigeon a couple weeks ago, and I have a child who
So he
splashes
blamed his
around
Tucson, as you would say.
I know.
Blamed his Tucson when he was in Tucson.
I was gonna say Tucson, Arizona, but I think Arizona's.
Are we related? Do you think we're related?
Are we? No, definitely adopted. Alex, real quick, spoiler-free review of Game of Thrones season 5. What do you think?
Everyone dies. It's pretty good. It was. I will say that it's probably the slowest season,
Yes.
and then that's made up for in the last 2 episodes.
Yes.
And I don't think that gives anything away. But
No.
things are building towards something. If you're behind on the show, is all I'll say.
I think every
a
time this
couple
season
things, yeah.
comes out, I think always the last season has been my favorite. I'm like, yeah, this season's pretty good, but I think last season was my favorite. It's like I like season 4 a lot. A lot of cool stuff happened in season 4, and but then I'm like, season 3 was cool.
I like season 1. I really like season 1
Season 1's tremendous. Yeah,
because my boy Ned is in it.
Yeah, man.
I miss him every day. I miss him every day.
Sean Bean, who survives in spoiler alert for Jupiter Ascending.
Guys, don't ever go see Jupiter Ascending, but please watch the Honest Trailers version of that movie that told me everything I ever wanted to know.
How can you show
So
that?
good.
How can you show that much of the movie online, though? I don't understand how you can
That's a good
It's
question.
got to be a parody thing, right? Like there's got to be some sort of.
Because like they're
Can
allowed
you parody
to. 'Cause
the
it's like-
actual version, though?
because you have to be allowed to because it gets a lot of views. Like obviously, whatever studio unfortunately gave money to Jupiter Ascending, like knows of that, right? I don't know.
They'll do ones too. Like they did one for Winter Soldier, and they're like, it's got this and this, and I'll be honest, it's a pretty great movie, but
But
they're
we
like
still
trying
gotta
to
make
tear
fun
it
of
down.
it.
They're like, I can't tell you enough how awesome this movie is, but I do have a job to do.
I won't watch honest trailers for stuff I like. So I'm like, no, I like it. Don't tear it apart intellectually. I think they did one for Game of Thrones. Like, I don't want to see that.
Oh yeah, bad lip reading Game of Thrones is good though.
Yes, very funny. The BLR's very funny. Hey, I'm on Twitter. Ed Sheeran's tweeting about my drinks. I'm at William C. Vaughn. It is my drinks because we're going to open a restaurant, guys. I'm telling you.
Why are you always in charge of ending this podcast?
He gets there first.
Like we'll be talking, and then I'll just be like, anyway. You're like, what?
Well,
Feel free if you ended first, Alex. Next week you ended, okay?
Okay. It's gonna be our
Sounds good.
first 9-hour podcast.
I
'cause
am-
I'll completely forget. Yeah,
I am on Twitter at MP Vaughn. Ed Sheeran tweets about what he talks about our friendship.
Yep, follow Ford for you and follow at MP Vaughn. EMPEVONNN.
Five ends.
And I'm at Evonics. EVAUGHANICS. Oh, Max Scherzer threw a no-hitter the other day.
Yeah, good for him.
Well, he almost had a perfect
We
game.
almost had a perfect
Hit the
game,
guy.
except dude leaned into the pitch, but whatever, bro.
Also,
Completely
congratulations.
forgot he was on the Nationals.
Congratulations to the St. Louis Cardinals for ruining sports again. So there you go for hacking. Hey, thanks for joining us.
What'd they do?
They hacked the Astros because their
Who
former
cares? Oh my god, why would you even do that?
because I think their former manager is there. So they hacked.
Yeah, I shouldn't say who cares. Obviously, that's a huge, stupid deal. But like, why are you hacking into the? God.
Yeah, it's
Play baseball better than they do, okay?
which I think everybody does, right?
Yeah.
I think I do.
No, the Astros are really good this year. Actually,
Yeah,
Like,
hey,
every other year they're
looks
good.
like I don't know much. Okay, sorry. I just know everything from sports from PTI. Same time next week. Knuckleheads. Thanks for joining us. I think the music's playing right now. And, yeah, we'll debate some more movies next week. I'll like them all, and Matt will have some intellectual things to say about them. Oh. Well, most of them, they're stupid and dumb, but, whatever.
Happy summer, everybody.
Oh, yeah, happy summer, the solstice. How'd you guys spend your solstice?
My solstice was spent with Father for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Papa Bear, and watching the U.S. Open golf tournament.
How many
From
fathers
the
are
crappy course in
insulted when
Washington.
they're like, man, Father's Day feels like the longest day of the year. Am I right, guys?
Ooh.
All right.
You should tweet that yesterday.
Yes, I won't.
Okay.
Or maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe I'll tweet it and delete it.
You had the worst tweet the other day, Will. The worst tweet. The most egregious of all your tweets.
Oh, what was it? What was it? I wanna hear it.
$2,000 for me.
Oh, man, that was great.
God. That was so terrible.
that was-
I think you Instagrammed that.
I Instagram and
That's
Facebook
amazing.
that.
I have issues with a lot of things Will says, but I gotta get over it. It's
Hey,
fine.
bro, it's
I
freedom
mean,
of-
you
freedom of
are who you
speech.
are, Will, and I love you.
Wait,
but,
don't you are who you are me. The hell
You
does
are who
that
you are,
mean?
bro.
No, don't.
I love you.
No,
but,
don't say you love me.
You know,
No.
it is what it is. You are what you are.
No, don't say that.
Don't say you love me.
Don't say you love me. I'm not what I'm not.
I still love you.
That should be the number one Father's Day video, I think.
It
Number one
should.
Father's Day
It
meme.
should.
That and that dog saying a swear. It's very funny. All right.
That's on. Yeah. I'll send you the long version that I found off Reddit. It's 7 minutes long, and it's what's the funniest clip that's under 10 seconds, and that was one of them on there.
That's
but did
where
you see
I-
the full one, Matt?
I saw a list of them.
Yeah, I'll
funniest
send it
clip
to you
that's under-
anyway.
Okay,
I'll send it
please.
to you.
I need to
'Cause
laugh,
the whole
but I only
point,
have 10
it was like
seconds.
you need to last. See how long into this video you can last. First one, I died laughing, and it just kept going. Some aren't that funny, but some are just like friggin' die.
Yeah, I'll
Friggin'
probably.
die.
So it's die on Funny or
Richard.
Die. I'll probably pass out from hilarity.
From
Heck. All right. I don't know.
yeah, you already said you already said it. This is over.
This is
Guys, I gotta
We're
say,
done here. Don't tell me you're on Twitter. I know you're on
call it
Twitter.
a comeback.
I've been here for years. You guys are what you are, and I love you. Okay.
I love you. I love you all. I love you all. Not the listeners, just Will and Matt. The rest of you guys couldn't give two issues about.
Hey, all 30 of you who download the show, thanks for
All 30, sometimes
thanks
42,
for-
and one times 51.
thanks for not unsubscribing because you forget you get this podcast every week.
Keep not unsubscribing.
Keep not unsubscribing.
Keep not unsubscribing. I don't care if you listen to it, just get them numbers up.
Just get their numbers.
Get them numbers up.
Get your numbers up.
All right. We out, benches.